Do I feel a Naga Siren coming on?
With for NiP, you mean, because of the wombo combo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
The
possible.
option is there, and that hero did just get buffed pretty severely. She got an extra 50% damage taken, well, 50% less damage taken on her illusions at all levels, which not only makes it harder to find the real Nagasara, but of course just makes her a stronger carry because those illusions don't die as easily.
That is true. They don't really have a lot of AoE clear besides the Razor. Dark Will and Venge don't handle those illusions well. Yeah, could be definitely possible. But Team Liquid waiting for their last pick here of the second phase. Maybe a Brewmaster would be fine. Gonna have that Dispel for the Darks here.
Ooh. Omni Knight. Alright, this is a hero we haven't seen very often recently.
Only Chaos plays this hero pretty much, but Team Liquid actually. I mean, Team Liquid got eliminated by Chaos, right?
They did,
So
yeah. They got eliminated by the Omni Knight, so
they
clearly
learned the way.
They did. They've learned the way of the omniscience.
All right. I mean, the hero also got a buff, plus 1 armor, so probably impossible to be taken out.
5 seconds remaining.
Omni Knight. I mean, that's pretty cool. That status resistance against the lockdown of the Nyx Assassin. The Morphling, you're going to be able to become that Omni Knight. Okay.
Cool.
Now, with this Morphling, I don't think they're going to pick Naga anymore.
No, it does seem that'll be a bit too intense. Yeah, I am disappointed, but there you go. You know, not every game can be a Naga game.
Oh yeah, and Morphlings I hear you can lane versus Razor as well because of the waveform.
So yeah, nice mid laner. Yes. This matchup.
5 seconds remaining.
No.
All right, let's get some predictions in for the final picks from these two teams. What are we expecting from Liquid and NiP here?
I wouldn't be surprised with an Ursa for NiP against that Omni Knight. But you are against the Razor, so maybe you can win the lane, but maybe the game's gonna be a little rough on you. Now for Team Liquid, I think a carry that does well versus Morphling. Usually PL is a hero that's picked very often versus Morphling. So I'm gonna say Ursa and PL for Team Liquid, but I might be completely wrong.
Alrighty then. PL and Ursa for Team Liquid, right?
They actually banned the lane, so maybe that Morphling is actually safe lane, and my prediction is already wrong.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it depends why they want to lane this Razor, to be honest. They've got total last pick on Team Liquid here, so I think NiP need to be a little bit fluid about how they pick their heroes. Ignore the Morphling pun there. Could go for something... I mean, DK is just super bad versus Razor, so you don't really want to do that. Trying to think of heroes that play both in mid and the safe lane. I mean, there's plenty of them. Maybe Monkey King could be an option, but Razor's just such a hero. It's just a very scary hero to play against, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, the Monkey King is probably a pretty good idea because when you get your Jingu stacks, you actually get more damage than Razor Saps at level 1. So you can actually trade versus the Razor, and you do have that lifesteal with the Balance Strike to mitigate some of the harass. But they're going with the Mirana. Okay, so they do have 1 setup for the arrow. 2 setups if you count the Adaptive Strike, the Strength Adaptive Strike. But they do have that Omni Knight, so the status resistance could be super strong versus those long duration arrows. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm feeling NiP's draft too much. I have to be honest.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they've kind of... I don't really see there's much synergy in these heroes.
Oh boy.
And Liquid are going to try and brood him. Wow.
Oh boy. That's going to be a mid brood, huh? How are they laning against that Broodmother? Maybe Darkseer middle versus the Brood?
It's certainly an option. You can tell a thinker about it, but I don't think Mirana... Does Mirana do all 3 versus the Broodmother? I don't think she does, right?
I mean, they have a lot of magic resistance, so you cannot clear them with 1 Starstorm. Not the big ones. I think the small ones might die at like level 3 Starstorm or something, but I don't know. I think that's gonna be a wash. And even if the Mirana doesn't die versus the Brood's gonna scale a lot, and Mirana cannot hunt the Broodmother too well.
No, it's very difficult to land an arrow. It's very difficult to really get on top of the Broodmother, to be honest.
Oh, that is such a good pick. And that Broodmother is going to have insane status resistance because of the... I actually forgot about the name of the new repel. What's the name again? It's like... Yeah, the spell of status resistance. That Broodmother is going to be unstoppable. This is looking pretty rough. They have ways of Roshan because they have the Venge. They don't have the best tower siege. NiP has decent wave clear. I'm feeling Team Liquid's draft a lot. I'm not a big fan of Mirana right now in this patch. I don't think the hero is too good, and that Broodmother pick is such a great lane versus that hero.
Yeah, I'm worried. Like, that's the problem. Where's the setup for the Mirana? You know, the Nyx Assassin is there, yes, but you've currently got. So let's look at what Impale has to set up for, right? It's got to set up for. It's got to be used into the vacuum. It's got to be a setup for Ice Path. It's got to be a setup for the arrow as well. Like, how much work can a Nyx Assassin actually do? And so many times when we see this Nyx Assassin picked up, the hero is just put down time and time again. Like, if he doesn't have a great start to the game, he needs to be scouting. He needs to be getting information. That's what an Nyx Assassin does for your team. If that isn't the case, then he's going to have some real trouble.
Yeah, I mean, at least he has some potential to gank the Omni and the Razor because you can spike carapace the Purification and the Plasma Field. So you can, get a pretty long duration disable on these heroes. Not the Broodmother, though. So Matuma Man, even if they can actually scout the Brood, I think it's very hard for them to kill her.
Yeah.
On the side of NiP, I mean, yeah, they're gonna have to really destroy these lanes, and I hope NiP plays a little more aggressively than they did because they were not moving, and it felt like they were on a timer the entire game. They don't have a hero that really pushes tower, so they will fight. Maybe if they can get good fights, they will be able to start getting map control. But I don't know. I really feel like that Broodmother is going to become a huge issue for them.
So NiP just smoking up, invading the enemy jungle, trying to see what there is to see, but there is no one around right now, so they're just kind of looking for the lanes, I think, as well. Mind Control hiding himself very well down here as he is going to be on that Omni Knight. Matsu on the mid lane on the Brood. It's going to be the second game in the series between Team Liquid and Team NiP. Of course, if Liquid can take the win, that secures their place in the upper bracket of the playoffs for these qualifiers. If NiP end up losing this game as well, that will mean that they will be thrown down to the decider match between the winner of the other matchup that's going on right now. So everything to play for as it stands. And, well, I think we've put our money on Liquid for this draft, and we'll see if they can deliver. But I'm hoping that NiP can put up a good fight.
All right.
The battle begins.
So this Razor is going to be top here versus the Fatum Runner. Yeah, I like this. I think laying them Runner versus Brood would be suicide. It's not like Morphling is too much better, but at least you have that adaptive strike defensively to maybe run away from the Rio Brood. I think you don't die, but he's gonna have to get a lot of regen for this lane. And they're actually trying to maybe dual lane at level 1 to just shut down Matuma a little. PBD's gonna show up there.
Yep, PBD is coming straight in from under the tower. Doesn't even level up Liquid Fire or anything, just coming in with the straight up harass. Is he okay here? He's in the tower. Wow, this is a deep dive, but then we'll be able to get first blood here in NiP as the double iron shells and Saxter in 33. Damn, that was instantaneous. And, well.
Yeah, Dark Super hero is very strong level 1, and Mind Control tried to man up. He did get a 2-man purification, but very few damage, few heal that you get with that level 1 spell.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Dual lane mid now.
Okay. Dual lane in the middle lane as GH comes to join up with Matuma Man to fight up versus Ace and PPD. 4 heroes in this part of the map, which does mean that 2 heroes are going to be left alone. So far, Fata alone in the top lane. Can lane up versus Razor fairly well, especially with a sleep leveled level 1. Means you can just kind of hop away from him, just like so, as example, quite nicely. And Mind Control down here at bottom as they're just going to be constantly cutting this creep wave with the iron shells. I'm actually kind of surprised they're not trying to... I mean, I guess they just want the jungle creeps, but I'm kind of surprised they're not trying to just put more pressure on Mind Control and stopping him farming. They've already killed him under tower once, so I don't see why they can't keep on going at it, but obviously playing the more kind of economy-based game where they just want to get as much efficiency out of this lane as possible.
Yeah, your mid game is going to be so strong if you can get like an early Greaves on 33 or whatever item they feel it's necessary. And you also... You're like forcing Omni Knight. He's gonna be under vision at all times. It's really an economy thing, really, and they're gonna be able to get a lot of early items on the darks here.
Yeah, I mean, look at this efficiency here. Just playing with 2 camps at the same time. Iron Shell's bouncing around all over the place. 33. Playing the maths right now. The wolf of the bottom lane.
Does get level 3 now. That level 2 Iron Shell's pretty strong. And, you know, when you get more levels, you can actually try and the Omni Knight better, because he is level 3.5. But if you look at the heroes on NiP, they're all level 3. So you have this dual lane pretty much with the same experience as a solo hero. And that's when you can actually hunt mind control, when they're like level 4, when he tries to go for bounty runes or something like that.
The levels are looking really, really weird on this level chart, because the mid laners are actually like super far behind because they're dual laning. So
Yeah.
it's like level 2 on these guys. The off laners are the champions, Saxa and 33 were the highest level heroes in the game for a minute there. So
Yeah, and I really like this because, you know, Broodmother is a very experienced reliant hero. So if they force Broodmother into a dual lane scenario, that is definitely a win for NiP. And they're doing a pretty good job bottom as well. So very different game from that one we watched. At least
Kurigi coming in. The stun is out onto the Nyx Assassin, though. The Iron Shell not doing enough damage to the GH to allow Saxa to get this kill. I think he could be in some trouble. Does get the 2-man stun, though. But, however, the blast from the GH will be able to finish off the job. Saxa brought down. BPD coming in, though. They want to try and find GH here. Meanwhile, 33 doesn't have enough health to work with his. He's just trying to run himself away, but it's a pretty cat-and-mouse situation with... they're kind of conga lining each other through the trees here. He's going to try for
experience on the Dark Willow? She doesn't get experience. Nice job.
Didn't get it. Nice. Well played by 33. So Saxa goes down. Meanwhile, Mind Control's just ignoring this whole thing here in the bottom lane as he's just farming up creeps and having a nice time, really. Did die as the first blood, but since then has been relatively unfondled.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay.
You know, in the mid lane, it's turning back. Oh, very shortly, it was back to a 1v1 matchup, and now PPD comes back into this lane, although, yeah, he's going to be fine. These spiders don't do enough to him to warrant any kind of threat on his life.
Yeah, I wonder if NiP actually predicted that the Brood was going to be picked, because Jakiro has a lot of attack speeds low, and, you know, that's the only way that the spiders do damage. It was actually a pretty good hero to have versus the Brood. You know, in such a, like, it's an odd hero. You don't see Jakiro very often. So maybe they actually felt like Liquid was going for that anyways. Because Jakiro is definitely a hero that handles that Brood well early on. Now, they are rotating again with 2 heroes.
Yeah, Kurigi finds 33 here. Has got the magic missile available, but they're holding on to it. They want to see if they can get the surge out of him first. But Saxa's coming in to help his buddy here. They're going to throw the Iron Shell out onto the Nyx Assassin as well as he's looking for a target. But they're right under a shrine here, so the TP point is possible for Liquid if they want to take this fight with an extra hero right now. PPD making his way over, but Mind Control getting involved as well. It's currently a 6-man fight down here at bottom, and they want to each want to get these runes, but the stun comes out into the Darkseer. I think Darkseer is still going to make it for the bottom rune. Meanwhile, stun out. Well, they've managed to hold down GH here with the Iron Shell, and just the fire damage as well, taking him away. GH is going to die, and Mind Control not in time to save the support, so it is going to be a kill for NiP here. Go on the mid lane. Ace is having a great time. Let's look towards top. We haven't really looked towards top for a while, but it is the Razor show up here at top. 16 CS for Fata, 32 for Miracle, doubling Fata's CS up here at top. It's a pretty rough time.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of Mirana. You know, if you have a hero like Wyvern or Void that can really make use of the arrow nicely, sometimes Mirana can be a great hero. In this game, though, I really wonder what's their plan with this Mirana. You know, I guess they can be more active with the Moonlight Shadow to get inside Liquid's jungle. But that's about it. Mirana doesn't lane very well. She's not having a great lane, even though they didn't lane that here versus the Broodmother.
Is Mind Control okay here? They're coming in thick and fast onto Mind Control here. The Omni Knight getting blocked up by creeps as well, trying to make his way through, but PPD 33 and Saxa all over him right now as a stun comes in. Stage Resistance going to help him out a little bit here as he's trying to juke his way through the trees, but just constantly found out in every direction he goes, and there's a Centaur stump coming out. The Iron Shell will do the job. One more right click from 33 finishes the job. Mind Control dead in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, they tried to make a rotation in onto Ace here in mid, but he managed to avoid this engagement here. He's actually just coming straight back into lane. Look at this guy, he's running forwards here. Wow, that's brave. Well, we'll start to morph that strength, and he realizes there's nothing really that Liquid can do to threaten his life here, so he's just manning up.
All right. Definitely a different game, right? Because NiP, they were the ones that forced bottom, and they were able to find the tier 1 tower and defend middle. So they're being more active on the map. I really like this. They might even deny this if they get another attack with a catapult. Nope. Not in the
Dire
range.
are scanning.
Alrighty then, well 7 minutes into the game. It's a small gold advantage for NiP as they have done very well to get the most out of this bottom lane. Top has been a bit of a disaster for them, but certainly making up for it elsewhere in the map. As Morphling hanging out in the middle lane with a 3 wraith band, sorry. Going to be hitting relatively hard, lots of tributes to work with.
Huh. I actually didn't mention that. The Morphling has double stout shield to the Broodmother.
Yeah, on a ranged hero, that's very interesting. We're used to seeing this on melee heroes, but I don't think I've seen double stout on a ranged hero in a long time.
Yeah, I think it is necessary versus the Brood. I mean, you don't see 1, so 2 is definitely out of the box, but it's working nicely here. He's 50 and 15, so having a great lane, even more CS than the Brood.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive performance from Ace so far. So we have a TP up into the top lane. Saxter looking for Miracle here. He's got the Vendetta, he's got the stun as well. And with this, I mean, the Iron Shell just taking away a Miracle here, but somehow still surviving through this. Into the trees they go, and they will find that kill. And the Iron Shell will get it. 33 says, thanks from the bottom lane. Thanks for the kill. I was nothing involved in that. But there you go.
Okay. So they are farming GH here. Now that the Brood can jungle. Already medallion on Matumba there. Forcing Ace out. Oh, they're gonna try and brute force this tower.
They are indeed, as Mind Control comes wrapping his way in, and Ace gonna have to waveform out, which means the tower is completely free for Matumba to take with the spiders there. The middle tower has fallen, so despite Ace's great lane so far, it does mean that he's gonna be playing without a tower for the time being.
Alright. They did learn Moonlight Shadow on Mirana, so they want to be active. They might save this for the Bounty Rune in 10 minutes. GH just playing with the guards here bottom there.
Yeah, he's got a Centaur on him though. He's going to have to try and throw down the Bramble Maze to keep the Centaur off him, but still does connect, and the Stomp is available. Gets them both 33, just playing with the micro control there. Very nicely done to get both of them inside that Stomp. Not that it really achieved much, but still. You just got to go for the efficiency plays sometimes. Nick Assassin spotted out by this Observer, and walks under a sentry now as well. They might be able to go for this one. They certainly are. In comes the stun. The Cursed Crown isn't going to go off in time. The Spike Carapace buying him a little bit of time. Is he going to get himself away, though? He is certainly not. Just inside the range of that sentry there. And the Nick Assassin is going to die.
Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't say it, because I was going to praise the Nyx Assassin. I was going to say that, you know, since they were just getting the camps in the jungle so often, the Nyx is level 7 at 9 minutes. That is very rare to see as a support, but yeah, he just failed.
Fada, under ward, realizes it quite early here. Doesn't know she wants to stick around for the bounty room, but this might cost her her life. She's going to get rooted up as well, but Kuroki taking a ton of damage from the backline. But Ace is going to wait for forwards and get the kill onto Kuroki here. So NiP turn it around. It looked bad for them, but they get themselves... did they grab the rune as well? They didn't manage to grab the rune, I don't think.
Did you see that? Got 3, I think. And Liquid found 1 with Mind Control. So I think they got that one, yes.
Pinbuckle, if you're watching, I want for the next... Actually, was this a thing at one of the majors where they had a rune counter? Because if it's not a thing, then it needs to be a thing.
Yeah, I think they did have that.
Nice. Good job, everybody. Way ahead of me.
I think Dota buff has... If you have the Dota Plus on Dota buff... I don't know. The premium service of Dota buff, they do show how many runes were picked up during games.
Oh, okay. Just flip Alt-Tab over to there, no problems. This could be a Razor in some trouble here as Saxter just goes in with the Iron Shell, and the Spike Carapace as well just gets a free kill onto Miracle here. Wow. And Saxter is doing work. I mean, if you give this guy levels and you give this guy some money... Actually, he doesn't even have any, but he's got Arcane Boots. He's going to go to work. Oh, dear. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Matu is eating Fada alive. These spiders need food. They need Mirana corpses to feast on them, boy. They're getting them.
Yeah, I don't really want to harp on NiP too much, but from the games that I saw recently, it always feels like the draft is weird here for Fada. Like, it's been a while since... And they are already just like sending him to the off lane or to the safe lane. It feels like... I cannot see him shine anymore because of the way NiP is drafting. I feel really bad for him. Oh, nice stomp there with Matumba Man's Brood. But he's gonna...
We want down the bottom. They're trying to go onto Mind Control here, but it's not quite going to happen.
How about the Dominator and Brood, huh? This is kind of... This is uncharacteristic.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Though the arrow comes out, and Fada says nice as he picks himself up a free 200 gold. That's a dream, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Top lane, Saxa looking for more. Gotta go for Kuroki this time. Look at the damage coming out of this man. Saxa just annihilates the poor guy. Now Razor, he's gonna have to run himself away as well as Saxa chasing, looking for more. The ice path will be off point, and that means the Razor gets himself away. But not sure there's any real danger anyway. I'm not sure these two could have done enough between them to bring him down. Maybe. We'll never know.
Dire's middle tower
Ace
is under
still just
attack.
farming away. He's going towards a Yasha at a rather alarming speed.
Yeah, but that Mirana, dude. That Mirana really is my worry right now, because looks like she's going drums.
Okay.
I mean, the Moonlight Shadow is going to be effective. I guess that's what she brings to the table.
We want GH in the top lane, gets killed into PPD, but he's under tower, so he's going to die for this, and PPD will be probably absolutely fine with that one. He even throws down the tip onto GH.
Yummy going for the Greaves, looks like.
That
And
probably would have typed worth in all chat, by the way.
And no
Fada.
pipe on the Brood. Interesting. Wants to...
Fada's waiting. He actually gets pinged exactly by GH, which suggests they have some wards here, which... Oh yeah, they're just about seeing with the one up there. Not so supple, Mirana.
Oh, they know exactly where Saxa is.
Looking though, Kuroki, he's coming forwards here, going to throw out the stun onto the Mirana. Another Fear to follow up as well, and they're going to send him back, but in comes the Atos onto Saxa here. Miracle running forwards with that save resistance as well, going to be able to keep up with the Nyx assassin, no problems at all. Saxa brought down, NiP trying to fight this one. The stun comes out onto the Dark Widow. Arrow to follow up, beautiful arrow connects onto GH, but I'm not sure if they have the follow-up damage. Oh, never mind, GH dropping pretty quickly here, doesn't have the Shadow Realm to work with, just about gets it off in time actually, and now with the South coming out, GH's going to be absolutely fine if they turn this one around. PPD in some trouble, has to get onto the high ground, but Miracle does the damage and brings him down, and Ace will run back to the shrine, and they all get out of this one okay, but that is Liquid taking 2 big kills there in a fight which could have gone either way, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty close. That ward from Liquid definitely giving them the upper hand, knowing that there was a rotation coming.
Is under attack.
And now Kuro has the level 6, so the stop charges will be even harder for NiP to find kills.
Yeah, I think they were trying to go for some aggressive movements there whilst that swap was on cooldown, but didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Dire's top
The
tower is
Motunda
under
Brood keeps on farming here. Pipe is now up. They have a pretty decent power spike now with this Heavenly Grace being level 3 and Pipe. It's insanely hard to kill any of these Liquid heroes if they're playing as 5. And because they have this medallion, they can also Roche. So NiP, they're gonna have to start forcing some fights, like forcing some separate fights, because if they fight 5 versus 5, it's gonna be super hard for them.
Is the server struggling for you?
Yes, the game is lagging quite a bit here.
Okay, well, not too sure what that's about, but I think there was a gank on Matumbaman, but he gets out fine. The
slideshow demonstration of the game.
yeah, the interns which are peddling the Dota servers in Valve HQ need to pedal a little bit harder, please. I'm trying to watch a game here.
So Fada going for the drums. We'll get it eventually.
I mean, he's starting to come back into this game. He's not really the carry of this game. It's more the Morphling, so his idea is to make space, but yeah, mind control. Oh, both go to farm the same camp. A little bit awkward there.
Looks like the illusion is not going to be... Oh, they actually do use the curse crown there. So nice play by Fada. Forcing the curse
Value.
crown.
Although they find the real one, the Atos in the trees. Mirana needing to leap away, but should be okay for the time being. Though the fear comes in. Fada does manage to just about dodge that one out, so still being able to hang out in the trees here. And they didn't really have any follow-up for that fear anyway, so I think he was just looking to maybe cancel the TP or something.
Yeah, probably. Oh, travels on the Razor and initiation top.
Yeah, they're going on to PPD. It doesn't look like that there's much time left on this planet for PPD as he's going to get brought down. Tries to give some creeps just before he dies. And again, well, mind control dying in the top lane. The moment they move up to top, they take a fight on bottom NiP and get the kill onto the Omni Knight. So making nice usage of the space which PPD creates right now. And that's what we talk about by making space with your deaths. And they might actually get another kill right now as Kuroki's in some trouble. He's going to steal the stun. The magic missile comes in and Kuroki is dead. And there's 2 kills now which PPD has created. Thank you, sir, Mr. Captain.
Yeah, another thing that might become very effective for this Morphling is fighting the Brood in the webs, because if he becomes the Brood, Then he also makes use of the
Radiant structures are
pathing of
fortified.
the webs, so that could be pretty good in the team fights middle, as Matumberman keeps chasing the poor Darkster there. He does have a Crimson Guard, so
Shadows.
some defensive items coming on the side of NiP as well. Moonlight Shadow.
They're going onto the Omni Knight again, immediately coming in with that Spike Carapace onto the Purification. He just nukes himself down. He's like, wait a minute, where's my heal?
Oh, stuns the Dark Willow as well. The arrow.
Oh, and the arrow to follow up as well. He just about gets the Shadow Realm off, but it doesn't matter. The Impale, ground targeted stun. Croaky goes for the double swap, trying to throw out the Bamboozle. Doesn't quite work. Razor coming in, though. Might be able to follow up for something here. Yeah, Nyx hasn't stuck in the trees. Making his way around, though. Have they not followed up on this one? The arrow again from Fada. This guy can't miss right now as the stuns come out. And now the Impale as well. 33 coming in with the stun from the Centaur as well. They managed to bring down Kuroki. Now Matumberman's getting involved in this fight, so NiP might finally have to back themselves away. They won't even be surprised to see him turn around. No, okay, there's the Atos. Yeah, he's dead. Darkseer brought down by Miracle. They're looking for Saxa as well here, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's just going to stun him up. That's just bad-mannered, if anything.
Alright. GH going for the Deosceptor. Gonna have it pretty shortly in PPD. Actually, already level 10, so having a pretty good time just farming the side lanes. And this hero can scale pretty well if you get that 40% experience talent. But it looks like PPD might die here.
Or every time PPD dies, NiP get 2 more kills. So they're just playing themselves here, Liquid, by getting this kill. There we go. And then, nope, maybe not. Someone's about to die, I'm sure of it.
Let's see.
Maybe not this time. Ace making his way towards that Eye of Scatty, however. That's going to be a fair pain for the Razor and the Omni Knight to deal with. Even the Broodmother to an extent, to be honest.
The straight up Scotty after Yasha. This build starting to become more popular after the strength changes. Get so much HP out of that Scotty now. But they are collapsing bottom here. Looks like they're gonna find this tower. I don't think NiP is gonna defend this. So another tower for Liquid.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yep, slowly chunking it down with Matumberman and his spider army just getting to where. But, you know, it's 90 minutes into the game, losing a tier 1. It's not that high on the list of NiP's defenses, but they are still looking at maybe going in on this one as they're all grouped up here, but they get spotted out by this Observer Ward, so if they want to go in on this one, they are going to be spotted. And the root comes out onto Ace. Ace, a pretty tricky target to bring down, though. However, the Atos comes out onto the Darkseer. This could be big if they can get 33 before he gets his spells off, but he's pretty happy to just run himself away. And now the wall comes out with a vacuum as well. Matumberman in some trouble inside the fire, inside the ice. He's taking so much damage. Matumberman has to get himself away, swap out, and now in comes the Omni Knight ulti to give them that defense to run themselves away. However, magic damage still coming through. They're slowing down Kuroki here. He might get caught off on the back, taking so much damage. He is going to die, and in comes Ace, changing up into that Razor here. But now, with a Strength Morph, might be okay. They're taking a ton of damage here. Oh my god, gets annihilated by Team Liquid. And now, Liquid on the offensive. Looking to go forwards here, but a haste away from 33. An arrow thrown into the face of Miracle as well. Fada just allowing his team to get out of this one as they steal back the Centaur. I think he's been thrown backwards and forwards 3 times now in this fight. As finally, the Centaur, who changed sides many, many times, will finally die. Damn traitor.
Alright. Both teams are so hard to lose any heroes, because on the side of NiP you have Moonlight Shadow and some defense and Surge. And on the side of Liquid, you have the swap, the purification. There's so many defensive capabilities on both sides. Alright, so, I mean, I feel like this game is way more even than the first one. Even though this run is struggling. Morphling, you know, definitely a scary hero. Both teams can Rosh. Both teams push at a reasonable speed. So, you know, whoever takes some good fights might just start snowballing. For now, the game's being even. Like, I think the gold advantage never really tipped down more than 2k. And smoke reaction is NiP.
Also, as we were saying earlier, you know, Fada and his arrows for the first kind of 10 minutes of the game was pretty, well, not really landing too many of those. But actually, in this, and we also said in the draft as well that he would struggle to land arrows this game. But in these fights, he is just not missing these arrows. It's been very impressive.
Yeah, that's true. The Spike Carapace definitely, I think we kind of underestimated how strong the Spike Carapace is going to be in this game.
Yeah,
it definitely allows you to find some arrows, yeah.
Absolutely.
Without the Impale.
It's good to
Now
make
smoke.
your mistakes sometimes. Isn't it, Bowie?
Thank you. Scan from the Radiant. It's not gonna find anything.
Looking forwards, Liquid. They're smoked up and ready to roll, and they're actually going to run forward stacks to those seas, and backs himself away very quickly. Oh, Fada could be the one in trouble, though. The swap onto the high ground, but the leap, and back into the base we go. That was a tricky old target to bring down, and that is a problem with Magic Missile in these types of games as well. When you can just leap yourself away from him, not much of a threat.
Yeah, the real problem, though, is there's an AC on this Mother, and they're not like... I mean, the Mother didn't die, but they're losing tower. Top
Jakiro. PPD, making his way through the trees. Is he going to go for the TP out here, or is he just going to accept his death? I'm not sure he's really getting out of this one, though. His nice little Jukes just running down, but Liquid well on the chase right now. Go for the TP out. Is he going to make it? No, he's... Yeah, he does! Oh, PPD with the Jukes. Gets himself out.
Nice.
That was tasty. Do you have tangos to get through those trees there?
I think he did.
All right, that's a lesson learned. Always hold on to your tangos, kids. Meanwhile, Matu doing a great job here just to position himself in the trees and making it impossible for them to really initiate onto him here.
Yeah, and all that chaos actually prevented the tower bottom to fall. So nice job by PPD there. Forcing that bench TP. Now, this Matuma Man Broody is scary. Has a lot of minus arm. They could Rosh at any time. I guess they just have to wait for wall to be committed because kind of
that's a team fight.
to Rosh against that.
The wall and also the Jakiro comboing up with that could lead to some serious wombo comboage from NiP. So it's something which Liquid have been very cautious about this game, I think.
Yeah. Oh, needs assassin. Gonna be scouted though, so Matuma knows he's there.
Yeah, he's gonna throw down the crest, but Matu just running. Actually, it's only a medallion budget.
Okay. Death tower.
Yeah, very quickly there. Brood can just rip through these things if they give it the chance. And also, if you look on the tower game on the side of Team Liquid, they really haven't lost anything yet. I mean, they've lost one Tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Tier 1 tower at top is not particularly healthy, but yeah, there's very little push which has been coming out from NiP so far. Also, Morphling struggling to get ahead.
But they need to get kills because it's very scary to push against Swap, against Dark Willow's Terrorize. And I guess they're getting some kills, but they're always on the side of, like, they're always on NiP side of the map, and that is the problem. You don't have enough time with these short respawn timers to actually group up and find some buildings.
R2 again just hiding around in the trees. I think they know this Moonlight Shadow is going on, and the scan comes out from NiP, but nobody here. In fact, Liquid is well on the other side of the map, so these two runes going to go the way of NiP up at top, but Liquid taking both of them at bottom.
Radiant structures are fortified.
How much anti-armor do they have on Liquid? They've got the Venge, the Medallion, the AC. Anything else? The Razor ulti.
Oh, that's true. Oh, they're gonna rush.
Yep.
Let's see if they can stop this.
NiP are very close to this one. They don't have the Moonlight Shadow, but they do have a smoke. I'm wondering if the pings for Roshan are coming out. PPD is going to get spoiled. Knows exactly what's going on. Throws down the Ice Path. Nothing quickly gets two inside of it. Now the wall to follow up as well inside the Roche, disrupting this one completely as Ace comes forwards, trying to get the lifesteal, but in comes on the ulti. And now the Fear onto 3. That is nice. Going to force back the side of NiP, but the arrow comes sailing through and lands onto Miracle, holding him still for this fight. Can they follow up? NiP, Ace is coming forwards here. Curse Crown going to stun him up though, but Miracle taking so much damage from all of these illusions, and in comes Fada, trying to clean up that kill he so badly earned, and now they look towards Kuroki as well. Ace is on the hunt. Now in the middle of this fight, Matuma Man playing around the pit here. He's got the webs to climb around, but he is held still and brought down. Another arrow? Really? And now they look towards Man Control as well. Omni-Knight trying to run himself away, but I think this is a lost effort here as he's running to what? A shrine? That's not going to save you, my friend. The Scatty's slowing him down, taking him out. Ace finds another one, and NiP take a huge fight around the Roche pit. And now, well, what can they look for here? GH is actually split pushing lanes right now, gets stunned up by the Centaur. Arrow to follow up as well. That was an easy one. No credit for that one, but all the same. NiP playing some neat and tidy Dota, and Liquid are suffering. Into the Roshan pit we go, and it's got no health left. They will take themselves that Aegis on the hands of Ace, and a well-earned Aegis at that. What a team fight, Bowie.
Yeah, it was pretty bold of Liquid. They joined the Roshan pit knowing that there was Moonlight Shadow, but they had no wards around the map, so they pincered them through this other angle. They were not prepared. The Ice Path from PPD starting up the fight, and this is going to be a lot of towers down. At least, I think, at least 2. They might glyph this. Okay, they're not gonna force. Okay. Fake hype. Sorry, guys.
Misleading us all with your fake news. That's okay. They're actually making their way up to top, it looks like, so just looking to put up some pressure. This is a very typical thing we see as well. A lot of teams do this, where they just want to control this area. And, well, I say that. Liquid actually walks straight up into it, but the ward's coming down. The D ward comes out quickly, but in they go. They're taking damage off each other. Okay. Meanwhile, Broodmother swept back into the rest of the team. Ace going to come in. The Impale is out, and Broodmother brought down Matuma. He is killed. And meanwhile, on the front of the line, 33 is just fighting up versus everybody here. He's got them all inside a wall, and an ice path coming in from NiP as well, holding everybody still. It's a disaster for Liquid twice in a row, and they're just going to go throw in the towel. GG comes out from Liquid. NiP, all of a sudden, this game was not looking like a 27-minute game 2 minutes ago, but all of a sudden, 2 team fights in a row, absolutely fantastic fighting from NiP, lead them to a victory. Oh my god.
Some very like Liquid was playing pitch perfect. Then the Roshan move followed by that TP from the Brood. Very questionable. Like losing the Brood, the draft was all around her. So if she dies like this and they have the Aegis on NiP, I mean, I guess they kind of had to GG out. They could still play, but I think it was just a lost effort after those mistakes. And, you know, NiP did capitalize. So they're bringing this to game 3. Kind of an abrupt ending, right? I was not expecting
yeah.
much.
I mean, the graphs reflect that as well. Things looking pretty even, pretty okay. You know, around the I mean, within like I think within 2k gold of each other, and then all of a sudden they just fell apart, Team Liquid, and it didn't even feel like they were playing the fights that badly. Just NiP found the perfect initiation, the perfect targets, and how do you fight against? I mean, Fada. Okay. Talking for real now, people flame Fada a lot, like especially on the Mirana and heroes like this where you're supposed to be making the plays, and people often give Fada a lot of flack. We're used to more seeing him on the Razors, on the DKs, you know, on the slow tempo controlling heroes. He had one of the best Miranas I've ever seen in those fights, like firing out those arrows into the team fights, just catching target after target after target. I mean, it was truly turning it around for these guys, for NiP. Like, would you agree with that? Am I over exaggerating or?
I don't think so, considering how hard of a lane he. The fact that if he finishes this game 6-1 and 12 is insane, because Mirana is not a hero that comes back from bad lanes easily, and somehow Fada was able to make it work. Congrats to NiP, but you know, I really think that considering the performance, I still think Liquid is the better team. I feel like, you know, Liquid, they made some wonky mistakes, but if they like, it's gonna be a hard game 3 for NiP, because Team Liquid, they kind of, I mean, I don't want to say the word throw, but they definitely made some questionable decisions at the end there. So NiP, they did draft better this time. Hopefully they can do it again, play very active like they did. I guess the Mirana, you know, even though it's not a popular hero, enables a different playstyle in NiP that worked pretty well this game.
Yeah, it really did. And, you know, surprised to see Mirana do so well as well. We used to see these Miranas kind of maybe not have the performance we're used to seeing on some other heroes. But yeah, that was good stuff from NiP. And we got ourselves a very exciting Game 3 coming up between these two teams. Team Liquid versus Ninja Pyjamas battle it out for a place in the upper bracket in the playoffs of the MDL Disneyland Major Qualifiers EU. My name is Nomad, he's been Bowie, and we'll be back very soon with a final game we cannot wait.